All right, so it's real day in the lifetime. This time we're doing it with the Pixel 10 Pro. We're using the XL version. It's got a lot of features, so today we're gonna be running through all of them. Battery life, camera, everything you need to know about this phone. You're gonna see how it does in the real world. I'm actually really excited. Google has put a lot of features in this phone that are supposed to just be really convenient for the everyday person. Just a lot of smart and thoughtful things added to the smartphone experience. And right off the bat, I'm already seeing what Google's all about. And that's just like in the selfie camera mode. So I was recording video for the intro, and I don't know if you guys see these white borders, but check this out. This is actually a feature called self-illumination. Typically, when you're recording a front-facing camera video, it just looks like this, but Google's taking advantage of the extra real estate on the sides and allowing you to just go ahead and turn that on to boost up the brightness a little bit. So instead of needing some kind of external camera light, so you've got these to boost up the light in your video. And to me, that's just like really thoughtful and not something that I would have thought of. I never thought to use the extra dead space to add some light to your video. That's really dope. But there are a bunch of other features on top of this. Magic Queue, Ask to Edit, Ask Photos to Edit. That's a long feature name. Either way, I think that's what's going to be like the really special thing here, the software. All right, so we've got a lot of software to cover, right? But first, let's talk about hardware. Google didn't change much. This looks almost exactly like the Pixel 9 Pro XL. Materials are the same, so it's got that matte glass back, aluminum frame. Honestly, almost everything here is identical, except for the camera bump. I know this because I tried to use my Pixel 9 Pro XL case on this guy, and it's almost an exact fit, but the camera bump is the only place where it doesn't sit flush. This is where you'll see a slight difference. It looks like they made it a little bit bigger. So if you're trying to use your Pixel 9 cases, not gonna work here. Not that I think you'd wanna use the old case, because the new hardware features what Google's calling their Pixel Snap. So that's magnets in the back so that you can use some of the new Pixel Snap accessories. And if you're familiar with the iPhone's MagSafe accessories, it's basically like the same thing. But now you have access to first-party accessories right from Google, but MagSafe accessories are gonna work here too. So it opens up the world to a lot of new accessories. So I will wait to get my hands on the Pixel 10 case so I can get access to that. For now though, I will be covering this quite a bit with the old case just to make sure it's protected. I don't have a screen protector on this thing yet, but you know it's coming. So physically, that's what we're dealing with, except for the addition of Pixel Snap. Now the other changes are actually going to be internal. The biggest internal change is going to be that new processor. It's the Tensor G5 chip, which is supposed to unlock a bunch of new AI features, the capabilities that you're gonna get there. Should add more performance. We're gonna see how that goes. Tensor chips aren't usually the most powerful chips out there. I usually see the effects of that when it comes to my gaming, and we'll put that to the test during like lunch or something. But for now, we're gonna see what else that chip brings to the table. And we've also got a larger battery in here, something else we're gonna be seeing work throughout the day. Speaking of, we are currently at 97%. It's 9:23 a.m. We've only been using it for about 15 minutes. It's the start of the day. One thing I like though is this little breakdown, how you can look at the time. I wish you can highlight more than one. Like, why don't companies give us that? Like, just tell me, like if I wanna see from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m., like I wanna be able to just highlight both. Google, if you're listening, or battery OS portion of the team, if you're listening, let us highlight more than one. Anyway, that's the hardware. Now, I gotta start my day. You know what we're gonna do today? We're gonna just go crazy. We're gonna ask Gemini to do all the things we can possibly think of and just see what it's capable of. Right now, I gotta check my email. I'm gonna ask Gemini to let me know what's new for today. I wanna know, I got too many emails for that. Tell me about all of the new emails I got today. So it just gives me a quick summary of all the different emails. Now, what if I just wanted to tap one? Let's see, sources, and I can jump right into the email. That's not bad. I would have liked for Gemini to speak to me and just like read it out loud to me. Yeah, but okay, I was just going through like the Gmail. But you know what? Let's give that a try. Let's go to Gemini specifically, since they're all supposed to be integrated, right? So for this, I want to use Gemini Live, the conversational part of Gemini, so that I can just read it to me, hopefully. Can you tell me about the new emails I got today?
so I can't access your emails yet, but that's definitely something I'm working on. In the meantime, you can check your emails directly through your email app.
So Gemini Live doesn't have that integration yet, but we'll give that another try with some other stuff a little bit later. For now though, just seeing this quick summary kind of gets the job done. I do wish someone read it to me though, because I'm trying to be super lazy today. It's Monday, you know, just be my assistant, do all the things. That's what we're gonna try and see if it can do. All right guys, so we were just talking about B getting a new camera and we were wondering about the price of the old one. And instead of like doing your typical Google search, I'm just gonna go and ask Gemini, right? What was the price of the Insta360 Go S upon its release?
The Insta360 Go 3S was released with a standard bundle price of $429.99.
So my big mission was to try and integrate everything I've got into my Google Apps so that I can get the most out of Gemini. How do I import a Notion calendar over to a Google Calendar?
Notion and Google Calendar don't directly talk to each other. You'll need a tool like Zapier or Unito to act as a bridge.
Now, Gemini was able to help point us in the right direction with some third-party software options to get the job done, but it was definitely the kind of thing we'd have to dedicate some real time to figuring out, so we ended up having to move on without it. And that's what I'm gonna be doing all day. If I have a question, I'm going here first. The Google Calendar integration with Gemini is definitely useful because you can ask it to outline your day, even ask it follow-up questions like where events are gonna be located, or who's gonna be part of one of your meetings, and even how to prepare for some of the things that you have coming up. I genuinely believe Gemini has the makings to be awesome with this kind of integration, but honestly, from my experience using it so far, it's been a bit hit or miss with getting the right kind of information from it. It definitely provided way more solid answers than not, but just like I say with any other AI tool, you have to double check to make sure that the info you're getting is accurate, because I definitely experienced a few hiccups with it, like when we tried looking something up while reviewing an upcoming video.
What was the last Razer video called by your average consumer on YouTube?
I can't find the very last video title, but I can tell you that Razer's YouTube channel is constantly putting out new content. Would you like me to find some of their most recent uploads?
You can't just ask it to do anything, although I feel like that's in line with what it should be able to do, but whatever. We're just gonna do it the standard way and look it up on YouTube ourselves. So after knocking out the edit review for that video, I had a bunch of work to get done and ended up taking a pretty late lunch. But speaking of a late lunch, it is currently 2:53 p.m. and we've got 60% battery left right now, and that's actually really, really good. Now, in terms of usage, I've been on it for about 2 hours and 13 minutes for today. So pretty light usage for today so far. It actually doesn't feel like that. I feel like we've been using this thing all day.
All day.
But that's what it says. And I gotta say guys, I'm actually walking away from my time with the Tensor G5 chip feeling pretty satisfied with the performance. Some of the things that used to trip up older Pixel models, it handled really well. And I'm talking like being able to finish a match in a game while the phone was on its last leg of battery without suffering a performance dip. That's the kind of thing that I appreciate. All right, y'all, so one of those benefits, those MagSafe accessories, like this ring that I have in my car, that's a mount. Bam, there we go, that's nice. Take me to the nearest art supply store. Open up navigation to it, and boom, there you go. We've got our instructions. I just told it to go to the nearest art supply store. I know there's only one around here, so I'm not too worried about which one it's sending me to. Hopefully I don't have regrets, because I didn't check at all. It just started navigation. Now we had to use the last few hours of the day to make a run to the art supply store, where I made a shocking discovery that seriously hurt my soul. All right, so we're about to jump into the art supply store, but I wanted to point out something. The brightness here is actually insane. So check it out, the sun is beaming directly on us, and you can see the screen. There's nothing you can complain about when it comes to brightness here. Even on darker screens like this, yeah, not a problem. That 3,300 nits of brightness is just absolutely insane. This would be really good if you're like trying to take a picture of something and you need to use it, like, yeah, look at that. Any activities you need to do outdoors with the sun, hiking, whatever it may be, screen brightness, not an issue over here. Yo, this place is perfect for taking pictures. There's so much color in here. Like, look at all of this. This is amazing. It captures the colors so well. Are you kidding me? Like, even this is a really colorful section, but you can see the colors are kind of faded. They're not like super vibrant, and it catches the feel of them perfectly. I will say the photos I've been taking with my family with this camera, mwah, like I've got some of the most skin tone accurate colors that I've seen on a camera phone in might be ever, because it feels like it captures them perfectly. Listen, they have a dedicated team and feature just for that. And what I'm talking about is this feature that Pixel phones have been using called Real Tone. And that improves the camera accuracy in capturing diverse skin tones. And honestly, it's some of the best that I've ever seen. Having darker skin, it's almost always a pain point for me when reviewing camera smartphones, especially because I'm taking pictures of my family more than anything these days. And what I've been able to get right out of the camera with the Pixel 10 Pro has actually blown me away. The pictures, in my opinion, are excellent. Now, obviously, I'm drawn to the teal-like color in here, but I feel like this camera is making me out to be like a liar right now, because this looks so much bluer than it does in person. I mean, the first pictures look spot on. This one seems like a little bit off, like it has like a blue tint on it. But it's wild, like my skin tone looks perfect. Okay, this looks about right. Now I gotta see what the phone puts out when it looks at this. Look at that, that looks so blue. Weird. Now,
post-processing.
it has to be. Now I'm on a mission. Okay, there's not a lot of blue here. That looks so color accurate. That looks so good. This looks perfect. It's like it just doesn't want to do teal, if I'm being honest.
You know what it is? I think it's because like people like that blue sky color and the blue water, that they're leaning more towards that.
You're right, because it always tries to make the sky like really blue. And I wonder if it does that for large amounts of blue in your shot. Okay, it works it out though. I don't think it likes teal. I'm upset. Anyway, let's just buy what we came here for. All right, so we did enough damage in here. We're gonna take these over to the studio for our top-down shots. Those are the shots where we get to have a little fun, put as much, like, do colors, that kind of thing. That's what we got these for. All right, so we're gonna try that super red zoom. Check this out. So 1 times, right? And then you can zoom all the way. 32, 100 times. Okay, that's actually really good. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go down there really quick and see what it really looks like. Oh, interesting. That's actually pretty good though. Now there are some details that are a bit different, like you can see the intricacies. It didn't capture this, which, I mean, it makes sense because it's so far, it's just trying to fill in what it can. It's working with a blurry image, so intricacies like this, you're not seeing from that distance at all. But what it spits out, that's actually really good. If you're not trying to get some kind of macro shot where you need every bit of detail to be accurate, then this is actually not bad. I was afraid that when it did this feature, it was going to, I don't know, just replace it with anything it thinks it sees, but it's genuinely just trying to take the actual image and turn it into something high res. Now, one area I think the AI is going to be super useful to everyday folks though, is definitely the photo editor. Now, we can literally ask for the edits we want in a photo, from changing the lighting to the framing, or simply asking AI to make the photo better. It'll spit out a few options and you can choose the best one. This is amazing for folks who have no editing skills, but want more from their pictures or wish the picture that they took just came out better. And you can take it a step further by asking for something that isn't there, like, I don't know, adding glasses to someone or zooming out further than the frame of the photo and having it fill in the scenery with what it thinks the rest looks like. Or maybe even changing the color of something. Honestly, the possibilities are endless. But for me, adding things that weren't there or changing the way something looks, like changing its colors, is where I start to question what we're doing with this kind of content. I don't mind using it to get the perfect photo when someone in the group isn't smiling, but when we start adding like sports cars to shots that aren't there, then I start to feel a bit weird. Luckily, there is metadata embedded into the file to let you know it's edited by AI. I don't know how useful that is though when you're only seeing it on a platform like Instagram. But back to the helpful features though, there's one more I want to point out that I think is pretty cool, and that's this photography coach. If you don't exactly know the best way to take photos, but you want to learn, it'll take the time to generate a bunch of different types of photos that you can learn about, and it's actually pretty impressive. Now, this isn't for just taking a quick shot or two. They made this coach with legit photography in mind, meaning you probably have time, a subject, and ideally some space. Now, these aren't tips for taking a quick picture of something, but you can definitely learn things here that will improve your everyday picture taking. Now, the video quality here is fine and definitely usable, but I wouldn't say I'm like blown away by the quality I was able to get out of it. And honestly, it kind of falls in line with what you expect out of the Pixel phones. Excellent photos and video that's just like solid and usable, at least in my opinion. Now let's head back to the studio. You know, I'm like low-key still kind of hungry. That salad didn't do anything for me.
What do you mean by that?
Okay, how can I be lazy about this? Let's ask Gemini. Can you make me a reservation for 2 at an Italian restaurant?
Absolutely. To help me narrow down the options, what kind of atmosphere are you looking for? And what's your general location?
A light, chill atmosphere, and I'm in...
Great, there seem to be a few good options. One popular choice, which has a cozy atmosphere and classic Italian dishes. There's also, which has a slightly more modern vibe. Would you like me to make a reservation for you at either of these restaurants?
Yeah, let's go with the first one. Can you do it for 8 p.m.?
I can make a reservation for 2 for 8 p.m. tonight, August 25th. Does that sound good?
Yeah, it does.
You're all set for 8 p.m. Just a heads up.
Can you send Ari the reservation details?
So I can't use your contacts yet when we are live. For now, going live is great for things like chatting, finding answers, or brainstorming new ideas.
So it made a reservation. Where are the details for that reservation? Is it on my calendar? Let me actually ask it. Where can I find the reservation details?
Unfortunately, I cannot directly provide you with the reservation details. However, you can usually find this information in a confirmation email or by checking your account on the restaurant's website or app.
So it should be in my Gmail?
Yes, that's right. You should have received a confirmation email from in your Gmail account. If you don't see it in your inbox, try checking your spam or junk folder.
Okay, let's see. Let's see the spam. Let's see the spam. It's like, what did you use to make the reservation? Maybe Google. Google has a service, right, for making reservations? Listen, I got some questions. It's supposed to be easy.
It's supposed to work today.
Right. What'd you use to make the reservation?
I used Google's restaurant reservation system to check availability and make the booking for you.
Under what email?
I can't share personal information like email addresses, but you should have received a confirmation email from Lupo Ristorante. If you don't see it, try checking your spam or junk folder.
You know, it's fine. There are more AI features that it can tap into that we're gonna see if it works in the real world. I'm low-key upset though. All right, so before I go, I actually want to get on the phone with my barber to see if I can schedule a haircut tomorrow. So I'm gonna call him. Interestingly enough, my barber doesn't speak any English. He's Dominican, so Spanish is all he's got. I want to try the live translate feature when you make a phone call, but the way today's been going, I think we at least give it a try first. Oscar speaks Spanish, so we're gonna attempt it here before I go make a fool of myself. Oscar,
That's Spanish, but
oh, don't. You're good. Let's give this a shot. I'm gonna call Oscar. Now, when you do this, all you have to do is hit call assist, voice translate. Oscar speaks Spanish. Done.
Hola, Justin. ¿Cómo estás, amigo? Hello, John. How are you, friend?
Oh wow, that sounds like his voice. Hey, Oscar, what's going on, man? How are you today?
¿Qué está pasando, hombre? ¿Cómo estás hoy? Dice...
Oh, estoy bien, gracias. ¿Y tú? Oh, I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, it didn't add the itu in there, but hey, I know you want to get out of here, so we're gonna wrap this up really soon, okay?
Así que vamos a terminar esto muy pronto, ¿de acuerdo?
Sí, de acuerdo. Suena bien. Yes, according to the area. No.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that. Can you repeat that, please?
Sí, por supuesto. Está bien. Yes, of course, it's fine.
Okay. All right, so we're going to stop shooting this video and we're gonna go home.
Okay, está bien. Tú dime cuándo. Because it's okay. You tell me when.
Fair enough. I think it can work. Oscar, on your end, how did it sound?
It sounded good. Like it was translating it very well, and it sounded like you, but in Spanish.
Really?
You were speaking perfect Spanish.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I wish we recorded that. It didn't do a perfect job, but I think for the sake of just like communicating when there's like zero chance of communicating otherwise, it should work.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so interesting. All right, so with that, I'll give the barber a call on the way home. It sounds like it's safe enough.
Yeah, safe. I think it's.
And he knows it's experimental, so I'll just ask him to repeat if something sounds weird.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go home. Now, I actually ended up calling my barber when I got home, and for the first time ever, we had a conversation on the phone, which is wild to me. Hey, how's it going, boss?
Bien, mi rey, sí, todo muy bien, todo muy bien. Well, my king, yeah, everything very well, everything.
Okay, great. So I wanted to stop by and get a haircut tomorrow. Is that going to be possible with you?
No, mañana no. No, tomorrow. No, on Wednesday. Remember that on Tuesdays the hairdresser was closed.
Oh, you know what? You're right. I forgot about that. Okay, let's aim for Wednesday then. Maybe around like 10 o'clock?
Miércoles a las 10 de la mañana. Wednesday, 10 in the morning. It's perfect there, so I'll see you. Cita. I'm going to make your appointment on the app so that you receive a message at 10 on Wednesday.
Okay, perfect. All right, I'm glad this actually worked, so I appreciate it.
Muchas gracias, muchas gracias. Sí funciona perfecto. Thank you very much, thank you very much. If it works perfectly, I'm gonna buy one because I really need it.
I actually ended up calling my barber when I got home, and for the first time, we actually had a conversation on the phone, which is wild to me. And you might have heard, but he was actually so impressed he wanted a link to the device I was using. And this is what I'm talking about when I say Google is focusing on giving us the things that are actually helpful in the real world, and I'm here for it. So live translations is definitely one of those things, and Magic Queue is another. Now, Magic Queue is great because it takes that extra step of having to find something buried in an email, text message thread, or even your photos, and takes it out of the equation by bringing it to the surface in places that matter. So basically, if somebody were to text you asking for info about a reservation you placed, it'll pull that info up and allow you to send it without having to jump in between apps to find it. And there are just a bunch of different instances where this could be useful. This is the kind of personalized smart that we've been waiting for when it comes to smartphones. One thing I'll add is that the battery life, at least with the Pro XL, has been really solid for me. It easily lasts all day with heavy usage on my end, and on the day we shot this video, it lasted till about like 10 p.m. with close to 6 hours of screen on time. Not to mention, the XL charges so quickly, getting up to 70% in 30 minutes of charging with the right charger, and also has that Qi 2 wireless charging thanks to the addition of the Pixel Snap feature by adding those magnets to the phone. And as someone who has a bunch of MagSafe accessories, I'm actually really happy with the addition of Pixel Snap. It just makes using all of those accessories a real option for the Pixel, which actually could be pretty helpful for someone who maybe wants to make the jump. Overall though, I'm really happy with the Pixel 10 Pro XL. The user experience has been great, battery life has been great, photos have been great, the screen is great, build quality feels great. Even the smaller things like the haptics, the fingerprint scanner, face unlock, those little things have all been smooth for me so far, and I love it. Gemini still feels like it needs some work, but it's definitely getting there. No lie, I was ready to jump on the Galaxy Z Fold 7 as my primary Android phone, but this one has me reconsidering. And honestly, it's even got me more excited for the Pixel 10 Pro Fold. Either way though, the 10 Pro XL definitely gets a big thumbs up from me.